Hello, my loves. This is your girl, Country Priestess here. And first and foremost, thank you so much for stopping by my channel tonight and watching this video. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please feel free to do so. If you like these types of videos, I will keep them coming. You guys have sent me some requests for a couple of different videos. And I do have those coming down the pipeline. A couple of people requested that I do a Pop Smoke Part 2, a J-Lo video, and something else that I wrote down in my book, but I'm going to update those videos that were requested on tomorrow. Thank you all for viewing and supporting my channel. Now, I do have a couple of messages here that I'm getting from Spirit even before I start shuffling the deck that I want to use for clarifiers. Regarding this reading. So this reading is for the children's mother of Floyd Mayweather. Now they do have 3 children together. I did see online, and she was 40 years old. Her name is I think you pronounce it Josie Harris. It's Josie. So Josie or Josie Harris. And please correct me if I pronounce her name wrong. She was found unresponsive in her home in Valencia, California on Monday night. And I'm looking at TMZ in the background. So they said that they have not determined a cause of death, but she was found in a vehicle. So when I first tuned into the energy, when I saw the headlines, and I got the little TMZ alert, I did see that she was found unresponsive. And the first thing that my mind went to was a vehicle. So that's why I decided to do this video. All right, so I'm going to tap into her energy and get some information from her. She is showing me, wow, this card wasn't even supposed to be here, but this card says workaholic. So she was a hard worker, and whatever it was that she did, she worked a lot. And in this card, I'm seeing somebody who's very artistic, so I don't know if she drew things, painted things, sculpture. I'm hearing collector of like beautiful dishes, like Versace dishes, china, fine china, porcelain dishes. Like I see it in my mind's eye. Okay, and I also feel like she was strong in her faith, because she's showing me a Bible that she was reading. Now, I don't know if she had just gone on vacation or come back, but I do see water. I see a boat. All right. Speak your truth. That's very interesting. All right. And then, so I'm wondering if she said something to someone. Maybe there's going to be a message in her phone. But even though she was strong in her faith, I do feel like the energy of someone who, and I keep getting this card here that says free will, and that stands out to me. Emotional breakthrough card. And this is one of the tools that I use as well when I'm channeling. Is the cards. The message here says emotional breakthrough. So I'm not sure if she, and then it has free will. And that person looks like they're very depressed and sad. Free will. Let's see. So I'm almost getting a sense of somebody who, I don't want to say committed suicide, but I get the sense of somebody, or the energy of someone who is very unhappy about a situation. Very unhappy. They wanted change in their lives. I do feel like she was trying to get inspiration to find balance and tranquility in her life. She may have started meditating, praying. Again, I do see a person that's strong in their faith. Okay, so I do want to see exactly what she has to say. I'm using some tarot cards and oracle cards. So, and I'm going to use these oracle cards that I really like to see exactly what message she's giving. Wow, safe travel. Before I could even shuffle it appropriately. It says safe travel here, and ironically, the number here is 30. Let's see, she's 40 years old. let's see, around 9:30, officials were called to her home. So that's the number 30. And now I'm comparing my note. I'm comparing my downloads with the notes that I see online, because I keep getting you guys telling me the insight afterwards. So I'm just kind of going along. So I pulled these cards. So this says karmic path, and it has the number 8 on there. Protection, wow, and that has the number 10 on there. Earth, number 11. And then I also have home, number 10, and divinity, number 20. Now, this article does not show me the ages of the children, so I don't know, because I see it says 3 children together, but it's not showing me the ages. So I don't know if any of the children's ages were significant to that, and in any kind of way. So the symbol here for earth stood out to me a whole lot. Protection. I don't know if she felt like she needed protection in her home, because we have protection card and then we have the home card. Okay. Protection. And that's number 10. Now, interestingly enough, if somebody feels like they need protection in their home and earth, I don't know if they're saying like something outside, on the ground, in the yard, like maybe she set up a protection device. Maybe she felt like she was getting ready to travel or had just come back from traveling. I got the same card again, karmic path. So I feel like it was, wow, past life as well. I feel like it was a part of her plan as a spirit to incarnate and to experience this. Yep, I got divine will. So let's see what happened though, because wow, and it mentions protection here. You are protected and eternally blessed. Okay, perfect timing. So let's see what we can pick up from her and using the cards. So I got another card here. I have a couple of oracles that were donated to me by some of my clients. So I'm trying to see if there's anything here that stands out, just so you guys can see some of the things that I use when I'm looking at energy. I use a lot of cards sometimes, and sometimes I do more channeling. But because I've had a lot of clients today that I've had to read for, I want to do more cards mixed in with my channeling. But I don't know if you all can see or not, but this card here says speak your truth. And it's interesting to me that this individual is giving this person something. Kind of looks like a little bit of marijuana there that they're giving that person, like somebody's handing that person something to smoke. It also stands out to me here in this card that there's a child there, and it's right outside of her home, so it makes sense that I pulled this picture. But if you pay attention to that little ashtray right there, it's like somebody has something smoking on there as well. And then I did get the symbol for earth earlier. I pulled that back out just in case you need to see that again, so you can follow where I'm going with. Wow, I mixed them back up. But I did get this card here that says meditate, and this is number 40. Wow. I didn't even, it was on the top. I forgot, I just shuffled them. Meditate, number 40. So I don't know if as she aged and she got to this age of 40, she turned a new leaf, started a new journey, because earlier I got divinity and I also got faith. And she showed me a picture of her reading the Bible, and then I have divine will. Now, interestingly enough, I'm getting Gemini energy from her, or I'm seeing twins. I don't know if she has a sister or somebody who looks just like her, maybe her daughter or child, if they have a daughter together, looks just like her. And I'm also getting strong Leo, fiery energy from her. All right, so again, this deck will show me that she was a workaholic. And let's see, I set up some oracle cards. Let's see what they say. Oh, wow. This card actually looks like her. I'm looking at her picture, and this card says beauty. So this number is 20 on here. She's very beautiful, very feminine. all these butterflies. She was definitely going through a transformation in her life, a shift. And I'm feeling the energy like going through different, I'm seeing a train with different cars on it, and somebody's energy going from one train car to the next, just like being propelled forward really, really fast. So I feel like her spiritual journey may have sped up. I'm hearing double, and that could be why I'm saying the twins. Like it was literally a new version of her that happened leading up to her death, and also like she turned into a different person. I feel like she was closer to God more. She was working with spirit. She could have started meditating and working with things, crystals, and high vibrational, high frequency objects, and um, I'm just seeing somebody that's being enlightened. I'm actually able to see her halo right now, and it's like huge. It's massive. Like, I don't know what her faith was, but it's huge. So I'm also going to clear the room. Again, you guys, I use my J.R. Watkins room spray. This is lemon oil. It's all natural. And I like to use that to clear the spray, especially when I feel the energy of the person that I'm channeling coming in stronger, and hers is. So I would like to also jump into a few of these other cards. Now, I don't know what was going on with her financially, because I did see it in my mind's eye, somebody who was like burdened with something to do with their house. And as soon as I said that, I looked down and I saw this card, and it has a key in it, and it has a door. So that stands out to me. I don't know if she was locked out of the house. She couldn't find her keys. It was just really strange that she was outside of the house in her car or in the garage. I don't know where she was in her car, but and it doesn't show here. But I'm picturing her actually, like, I don't know if it's like in the front of the house or on the side of the house, but it's not actually inside of the house. So I don't even know if she was inside of the garage actually, okay? Because this person is outside of the house. And then also what stands out to me, outside of this key, is this divine being, this light energy being in the background. So again, I feel like she was increasing her spiritual, increasing herself spiritually. But then the card also says recover. Was she using some type of, substances, and then abundance? I got this here. But ironically, this card doesn't speak to abundance to me. It speaks to somebody who's pouring a lot of money down the drain, or possibly trying to save it. But again, look at that house back there, and look at that little bottle on the table. So those things do stand out to me. Now, I do see folk on the area of focus, and I'm using a tarot spread that I use. On the area of focus, what was she focused on? Death. Did she know that this was coming? Was it like something that was kind of like around her, haunting her? I feel like maybe she did get a premonition that she could possibly have something to worry about and have to need to protect herself, because I'm looking at this right here, and again, this lady looks really worried in this picture, really stressed out, all of those tombstones in the background. I don't know if she had recently lost someone. I don't see any cards saying that she was grieving, but that doesn't mean that it is not here, because I'm not using my tarot cards. But I see her coming back from a trip, or possibly getting ready to go on a trip. But I definitely see water, and I want to say she was coming back from a trip and getting ready to travel again, and maybe something on a boat. Okay. Now, if there was a relationship, somebody that she was dealing with, she was very impatient with this person. This is in her relationship sector, and I feel like she couldn't reach this person, or they couldn't reach an agreement, something with this person. And this, it just, it caused her to feel a certain type of way. I don't know if she was trying to release this individual, but oh my gosh, I got impatience, and then I got patience in another deck of oracle cards. So definitely trying to exercise patience, and also I'm seeing her looking up at the moon. I don't know, again, if she was enlightened and she was doing work, rituals, working with moon energy and different things like that. But I definitely see that, and I saw that when I first got started. And on this card, we have the number 36, just in case that becomes significant. Also, what stands out to me is creation. And this is the number 39, which leads right up to her birthday, or her death age, 40. And again, I feel like she was looking to God more. And I just keep hearing her say that I've been listening to God more. And I'm actually hearing Jill Scott's song Prepare. So I feel like she was preparing herself spiritually for her transition. And I can honestly hear her saying, I was prepared. Again, I don't want to suggest that anybody did something to take their own lives or anything like that, but I do feel like this woman was prepared. And I see those scrolls, sacred knowledge being transferred down to her. And I just see her looking at the moon. And every card, the person, the last couple of cards, that person is looking at the moon. And then I looked at my third card. It said connect with Gaia, which is Mother Earth. So grounding yourself. Again, listening to God more. Okay. I wonder if she had a pet, because I keep seeing these pets. They're standing out to me in these cards. The animals in the cards. Surrender. The number 26. There was a sense of surrendering to Source, to God, to herself. She was, and this is the actual transition itself. I feel it strongly in this card. Surrender to whatever was holding her back. She wanted to let go of. Change. So, there's a lot of thunder and ruckus and chaos going on. Again, this is significant of the death. And I'm almost feeling like I feel a headache a little bit. And I also feel something going on with her throat. But I definitely feel head and throat being significant. And I'm feeling pain even radiate down my back. All right, again, so we have another number here, 16. I don't know if I mentioned it, but that's number 35 on the card that I just showed. So the number 16, I see again more water, darkness, dark energy around her, probably some fear. I see this crown cage on her head, which represents enlightenment, new knowledge, and a new way of doing things, a renewal. And what did I say? Darkness. As soon as I said that, then I got the card that said darkness. And that's the number 40. So we have all the cards here that are lining up with the energy that is being presented to us. I'm trying to make sure that I use all the decks that I wanted to. Okay, I do have one more. Yeah, this is very hurtful, because I am hearing her say that she misses her children. So I did get a strong energy of, before I started channeling, a strong energy of something around someone's neck, almost like a necklace, but it was like a snake. And I want to say like a cobra. Like, I don't know where this is coming from or what significance that has to do with any of this at all. But I was feeling that way. And I see a mirror. Like, I see some glass. I don't know if this is the front of the car, but I feel like the mirror is significant and important as well. So those were the things that stood out to me. So I want to, of course, use tarot. But let's see. Yeah, she was definitely at a crossroads. And this is interesting. This man, who is this man? And then look at that fence behind him. Again, there's that moon. So I don't know if this happened at nighttime, because I keep seeing the moon. So far I've only seen her, and I've seen that man come up. Romantically, she was on a quest, maybe just starting a new relationship. I don't know. It's interesting that she looks older in this picture than the man in this picture. So I don't know if she had just started a new relationship with a new person, if they were maybe a little bit younger. Again, I'm just trying something different. Usually when I channel, I use my tarot cards, but I do pull a lot of information from oracle cards when I'm doing readings for my personal clients, and they have the most energy come through. So I wanted to use this for her as well. So yes, I do see, wow, vanity. So I don't know, again, if she was just coming back from a party, because in one card, that balloon stood out to me. In this card, those drinks, those other people stand out to me. And again, in the background, I feel like there's that cloud also represents water, like all that blue. But a sense of renewal had taken place within her prior to leading up to her death. So again, let's see what is going on and what happened when she died, what energy she's given. Okay, Josie Harris. Ooh, she's not even letting this come out. Okay, so this is my death card, and as you guys can see, it says death and rebirth. So again, and look at that little infinity sign in the middle of those words. Again, I feel like she was going through a transformation. I feel it. I see it. The cards are even reflecting it. So it's definitely there. The number 13 is on here. So I'm going to ask her to show me 6 cards. What happened when you died? Interesting, this card has somebody with like a cape or a hoodie on. So all right, so again, I told you all that I do feel like it had something to do with how she was feeling. This is somebody that's, you know, feeling left out in the cold. That's the house. I don't know if she got locked out. She lost her way, but every card I'm seeing has this door and these keys, and you guys see it too. This woman is slumped down right in the front of her door, and that is very sad. Like I could feel her energy. Like her energy is going to be trapped in and around that house forever. I'm hearing her say like she's not properly able to transition, and that card had the number 5 on it. Now this is the 4 of Swords in reverse, and in reverse, the 4 of Swords is somebody who's not getting the proper rest they need. So I don't know if she like almost fell asleep in the car. See, this is also one of the cards that I get when a person dies. But look at that heart down there. That is really weighing on me right now. So the way that she's in this position, almost like she was just kind of slumped over in the car. And again, I do see a mirror or some kind of glass. Okay. Now, interestingly enough, the dog is back. And again, I keep seeing this dog. This is an older gentleman this time. And he's sitting here, maybe possibly inside of the home. So I don't know if there was someone else there with her, or what that energy is representing. But he holds the money. He's holding the coins. And he's kind of just looking at them. And I am pretty sure that this person is someone significant to her. So we're going to dig in and see. But we also have the 7 of Wands, which is her rising up above any drama or anything like that that was going on around her. Again, in a protective bubble, meditating and elevating is what I keep hearing. Meditate, elevate. This is so sad. Like I feel a sadness coming over me. Ooh. And I have a card that flipped out. The Queen of Swords, and again, this person is chilling outside in near nature with water in the background. Okay, so please show me exactly what happened when you died. And I keep getting this energy. This is the Star card. This is Aquarius energy. This is the silver cord when she passed away. The cord that the ethereal cord, I'm hearing her say, that connects us to the universe, to source, to one another. It's an invisible cord that you do have, kind of like an umbilical cord that's physical. It's your spiritual cord that connects you. Once that is severed, you do die. So she's showing me how she's looking up. So she's actually watching herself as she transitions. And this is one of the most intense situations I felt in a very long time. And again, if you guys saw my last video, I have hospice and recently transitioned individuals or people who are on their deathbeds who I do readings for. But this is pretty intense. I'm seeing somebody with the Eight of Cups walking away from drama and negativity. So I'm almost feeling like and I'm getting the Knight of Pentacles. Someone was definitely there, and this is a male energy. And again, it was talking about patience and lack of patience. So the Knight of Pentacles is a slow-moving individual, and that probably was why she needed patience, because somebody didn't want to commit to her or do something with money in the speed that she needed it done in, and she may have had money issues. Okay. And again, I do feel like she worked hard, because there's somebody pulling down that money off the tree, very, independent and not in a relationship, possibly dating someone. Yeah, she had a whole lot on her mind, and she's showing me her head again. Again, her head was in pain, and I don't know if she hit her head, but I feel the pain and the fire and the energy in her head. And this is her card on the bottom of the deck, the Chariot, and it is in reverse. This is what the Chariot cards looks like in here. It's literally a vehicle, and as you can see, it's in the reverse. So something about her car, I don't know if she had carbon monoxide poisoning to happen to her. But there's a man that's showing up here, the King of Swords. Now, whenever I see these kings and queens, these are people. So I'm really, and this was somebody, if this was somebody else that was here with her, this person was familiar to her. Okay, and she did know this individual. But she does keep showing me that this was destined to happen. She could have been dealing with someone else. I keep seeing earth sign and air sign men here. So let's see. Okay, and then I even have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So this could have been somebody who she dealt with but wasn't committed to. Somebody who she wanted to be committed to but wasn't. Allegedly, someone else was there. Let me say that. Okay. I don't know if she has a male child, but I'm getting the Page of Wands, which could also represent a message. Okay. And again, I get that Mirror. Again, I am getting strong Leo energy from her, which is my strength card, but it's in reverse. These animals stand out to me, even the fact that this woman was half animal here in this card. And again, the Eight of Swords, which is somebody who feels really trapped. But look at this card. Like somebody's holding their neck, their eyes are blindfolded, and there's a mirror that they're looking in. Both of the things that I picked up on originally when I started doing this reading. Now, there's definitely a twin flame connection here with two people. So I do, again, get the energy that there was a man there. And originally, I thought that it was a younger person, but all the rest of the cards are indicating an older man there with her that may be unrelated to what happened, but nonetheless in the house with her. And again, King of Wands. So I have the King of Wands in reverse, the Knight of Wands in reverse. And this is somebody who's not necessarily looking to settle down. And again, look at that lion in the background. These animals are really standing out to me. But he's in reverse. This is somebody who doesn't really want to commit. Maybe somebody that she just had, flings with, but they did have a higher level connection. I don't feel like they were in a relationship. Yeah, I feel like they were just hanging out. Honestly, I feel like she had just come back from a vacation or was getting ready to go on one. I do have to wait a little bit of time before I can get more information because she did just recently pass. And sometimes souls are really confused as they matriculate and go through different phases, transitioning. And I do see her in a hallway with a lot of doors and trying to open them, not knowing which direction to go in. I'm seeing cliffs, that every time she gets to the edge of an area, there's a cliff there. So she's almost afraid to turn around. She doesn't know which direction to go in. And she's being pulled, and she can hear people calling her name and talking, but she can't see anybody right now. So she is definitely in darkness, unfortunately. So if you're watching this video and you're interested in these types of things and you do this type of spiritual work, please be sure to lift her up. Okay. And also, she's showing me a message. She has to have a daughter. Maybe her daughter is the youngest or younger. But I'm seeing this cup, this card, which is the Page of Cups, which has a boy or male on there. But for me, pages are girls. But she could have a young child that could be male or female that has more of a soft energy, not necessarily very dominant masculine energy. But she's definitely showing me that child. And she's also showing me that there was something that she was held in bondage to, whether it was emotions or a substance like drugs, alcohol, even could have been higher levels of, passionate exchanges with someone and having, sexual connections with them. So the reason that she's showing me this, all leading up to her death, I feel like she's trying to drive home a point. Again, that she could have possibly just come back from a trip. Okay. And she's also showing me that even though she was very enlightened, that she may not have been taking the best care of her health and her body. Yeah, she wasn't working on handling something that she needed to handle financially and with her physical body. All right. She was coming out of anxiety and depression. And there was a lover around her that was, wanting to take her out. Again, these animals keep standing out. There's a horse in the background this time. But this little basket stands out to me right here. The fruits, the wine, that little love letter, which could be like a text message. So somebody charming was in and around her. And I find it very odd and interesting that she keeps showing me this person when I keep asking her what happened to her leading up to her death. Again, this is somebody who's stressed out and has a lot of anxiety. And this is the reverse. This is them trying to get a grip on it and trying to come out of that state. Rebirth, rejuvenation. So she was going through a period of rebirth. So far, my takeaway is that, and this is a person that's a very grounded and, again, meditating, grounding themselves, like I saw earlier with Mother Earth. My takeaway is from this situation so far that she possibly wasn't taking care of her health. There could have been something that she could have consumed or she could have put in her body that could have brought this about. But she felt she needed protection. So I don't know if there was a third party there that may have had something to do with something that she consumed or had something to do with something that she put in her body. But she's showing me she's so confused right now that it's hard to communicate with her. I don't know if she was expecting a baby or what that situation was all about that she kept showing me. Or maybe she's just showing me her youngest child because I keep seeing that. But she's showing me that she wasn't showing herself enough attention, and I keep seeing her holding her head. Like, I keep seeing her holding her head. So I definitely appreciate you all for watching this video. This is part one. Most of the time, my channeling videos are part ones because people on the other side do like to show me leading up to the death what was going on, and then the actual situation, the moment of death, and what they want me to know. So sometimes it could probably turn into like a 3-part video. Yep, she was definitely going out with someone. She's showing me here her dating someone. Healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationships or addiction. So again, she had some addictions. She has some different things that are hidden right now. And she is in a void and in darkness. So make sure you, oh my God, make sure you lift her up. And I got a card that said girl with a snake. And again, this is the same snake that I saw when I first started doing this video. So I'm not sure if this, okay, so it says here boundaries, being charmed or used, empath, and narcissist paradigm. So she, you know, she knew something was happening. And I do feel like that snake represents something being coiled around her. Because I almost keep hearing her say asphyxiation, like she choked. Okay. And that's probably representative of her DNA spiral too, as she was transcending and elevating higher. I see a dragonfly here that's talking about change and adaptation. So I do feel like she was transforming. She went through a shift and a transformation right before this happened. Okay, and so she is playing this event out over and over in her mind. So she's stuck in a cycle that's not allowing me to see past what happened. So this is part one. Unfortunately, she just recently passed. Wow, as soon as I said that, I got the clock, which says needs time. That's her communicating, guys. This is, you're actually seeing this happen as it's happening right now. And it says here, need time, takes time, in time, cycles, time to heal, progress. So again, when you transition, there is a period that you go through in the afterlife. If you ever have any questions about that, I've read several books from the Egyptian Book of the Dead to the Tibetan Book of the Dead, and they talk about different periods that you go through as a spirit before you get fully evolved and before your soul escalates. So there are several different lessons that you learn, just like when you were in a human body, because you are still alive. The only thing that dies is the physical body, okay? All right, so I'm going to leave it here, and I'm going to send her away in love, light, and peace to put out some of the darkness, okay? And I will do a part two as new information unfolds, so I can compare some of the information that comes out in the media to what I saw. Thank you all for your loyalty, your love, your light, your wisdom and support, knowledge, inquiries, info@conjurepriestess.com, and you can contact me at gypsylandtarot@gmail.com as well. Thank you all. Peace and namaste.